Good evening and welcome to another episode of Poetic Just Us through the NAACP Chicago Westside branch. I'm your host, Tara Levy, and tonight I have a super special guest, our Southside, we still love her, Southside native, Chicago owned, Brittany L. Hogan. Welcome, Brittany.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Coming in. And we have a great show for you all in store. Today, like every day, is a day of celebration. So what are we celebrating? We are celebrating us. There's a lot to celebrate.
Yes.
A lot of holidays coming up as well. Let's take a look. Again, we are the Chicago Westside branch, NAACP. Thank you for tuning in. In celebrating each other, we have to remember who we are. Despite negative images that may be out there about Black people, we are still very special and uniquely made. So to begin our show, Brittany's going to read for us this affirmation and get us going.
Dear Black people, I want you guys to repeat after me. I am Black.
I am Black.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am intelligent.
I am intelligent.
I am enough.
I am enough.
Society doesn't define me.
Society doesn't define me.
The media does not tell me who I am.
The media does not tell me who I am.
I come from overcomers.
I come from overcomers.
The true definition of strength and perseverance.
The true definition of strength and perseverance.
Therefore, I will not accept nothing less than that for myself.
Therefore, I will accept nothing less than that for myself. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Let the church say.
Amen.
Okay. How did you feel reading that?
I felt very empowered, and it's interesting because most of that is on my shirt right now, and I'm Black every day, but I need you to also know that I'm brilliant and I'm strong and I'm powerful.
And I feel like our words are so powerful. That's why I'm always mindful of what I'm saying about myself as well as to others as well. Because if we don't speak positivity, we don't speak life into ourselves, we can't expect others to see positivity and light from us because we don't believe that about ourselves to be true.
Very true.
Right? Again, we are celebrating Black people. We are celebrating life and just the greatness that we have. In doing so, we want to commemorate a lot of holidays that are in store this next week or so. Before we do that, we're going to discuss Brittany's latest documentary entitled Tinted Lens, A View Through the Black Experience. So let's take a look.
There are still people who don't accept the Black experience as a legitimate testimonial. And I think that's probably the most heartbreaking part.
One thing I can say about being Black is it's never something you can walk away from.
Your race really doesn't matter no matter what they say. You know, they can always say we want diversity.
She just thought she knew me based on what she thought she knew about Black people.
Underneath all of that, we all kind of know there's a racial undertone.
I'm going to label you an exception. You're different now. I was just walking and I could hear her mother, like her grown mother, G, be like, these effing niggers just all around the block. Like, I thought this was a safe neighborhood.
You can look at a Black man walking down the street, not know his occupation, not know how much money he makes, or the fact he's a Black man. At any point in time, he can get shot or arrested just because he's Black.
I don't think I'm safe anywhere. Like, I'm not safe in the hood. I'm not safe with cops. I don't know where to be safe at.
And I think about my nephew. Will he ever get a fair chance? Will he ever become a man?
All of the shootings that are happening, it affects us all.
I think that's one thing that's like super heavy. Like knowing that we could lose our lives for something so minimal as expired license plates, or a tail light being out of place, or walking down the street.
Do I look like the type? Do I look like the type that's gonna, you know, go back and forth with a police officer, or do I look like the type that's gonna threaten a police officer or make a police officer feel threatened? Do I look like the type?
What do you do when your view has been tinted?
People gotta broaden their view on this thing, man. It's bad because a lot of people don't realize that they can be racist too. That stuff don't be in them off back. You know?
Even if it's in them, is it okay for them to?
I mean, back then it wasn't okay for them to have that type of mindset. Now it's understandable, but it's not.
It's understandable who?
It's understand. If you awoke.
What are you saying to me? I feel like you're completely like disconnected.
I'm not disconnected. I'm just not angry.
I'm not saying we should forget. I am saying I think we should heal.
All right. So that was your documentary, a preview of what to expect.
Yes.
What was it like? What was that experience making this project?
It was a very unique experience, and it, I guess, caught me off guard because my intention was not to make a film. I don't have a background in filmmaking. By trade, I'm an engineer and an educator, but I have a t-shirt line. This is one of my shirts, and the premise is tell a story and then designs come from that. So as you can see, the line was very black, and so I wanted to talk about the black experience. As I interviewed different people, family members, friends, people from church, I heard the same traces of hurt and the same traces of trauma. And it wasn't until somebody sat down and said, okay, well, I don't feel that way, or I'm not angry about this, and it made me want to dig deeper to see how the different things that we go through as Black Americans, as Black people, how it affects our identity and how we see the world.
So what was your process in selecting people to be part of this documentary?
I just wanted Black people. I just said, hey, like, let me find some Black people. It wasn't until later in the process where I wanted to make sure I had a balance. So I have, an older generation. So I had my dad. I had some people that were a little bit younger than me, people my same age range, people from different backgrounds. I have a pastor and counselor in there. I really wanted it well-rounded because, yes, we're all Black, but we have so many different experiences, and we have, diverse upbringings, and we live our lives differently. So I wanted to make sure everybody felt like they had a voice.
Absolutely. So that was just a sneak peek, your trailer. And you said it's going to be debuting, but not in Chicago. Where is it going to be debuting it?
Well, I have submitted to a film festival, and I have some more that I want to put it out to. And at first, I was just trying to tell a story, but as we've had smaller screenings and smaller conversations about it, more people felt like it should get out there. So it's the concept of letting things that happen to you affect how you see things, affect how you see yourself, affect how you see people. A lot of times we don't realize that happens. So if you had just a plain pair of glasses and a marker, think about a time somebody called you the N-word and put a mark on the glasses. Think about a time you've been pulled over by the police and you haven't done anything. put a mark on the glasses. Think about being a woman at work and you come in and they automatically, think that you're going to be this way. Before you know it, you can't even see things for what they really are. So I really am on a crusade for healing and wholeness, because we love ourselves and we want to be ourselves, but you can't be yourself if you can't see yourself, if you can't see the world. So it's a new journey for me. Like I said, filmmaking does not come to me naturally, but to me it's important to get our people healed. Like, we want to run the world, but you can't run the world while you're hurting. So I'm trying to be on a cultural crusader kind of thing. So I'm excited about the revelation that people will get from it. And I'm excited that we'll be able to unleash our superpowers once we're healed and whole individuals.
Love that.
Awesome.
Love that. Absolutely. You said we can't become these superheroes until we get ourselves healed. So that really stuck out to me. Yeah. Absolutely. We have to celebrate ourselves. This is the theme for the show. Absolutely. We are celebrating ourselves for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And a very popular celebration that's coming up is Father's Day. Black fatherhood matters. And in seeing yourself, I just love this image. Can we just take a look at it? We just love the image of Black fatherhood. It's not always seen in our community, but it should be seen, because it tells a story that fathers are abandoning their children. So we have to see more Black fathers around our community to paint that narrative that we are here, and to inspire young men and older men just to be good fathers and contribute to their own communities. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go back to this image of Black fatherhood, and I want to just hear from you, Brittany. Like, what are your thoughts on this?
I think that Black fatherhood is something that people don't realize how important it is, not only to individual families, but to our culture as a whole. And I think that is something, especially Black fathers, they get a bad rep. And I think a lot of times we get into generational cycles where people think, okay, my father, wasn't there, so I don't have to be there. Or people look at you like your father wasn't there, so you must be this way. Or you must be somebody looking for attention, or you don't know how to do, certain things. So I think that Black fathers are important. Mm-hmm. I think that they are the backbone of our culture. Mm-hmm. I think they teach us how to be strong. They teach us how to be proud. They teach us how to protect one another. Yes. And I definitely would love for I guess that tinted lens just over the Black father and Black family in general. I think that that's something that needs a little healing as well. Absolutely.
And I've been blessed to have amazing men in my life, especially my family. Like, my father's a great man, my grandfather, my uncles, and they have taught me about Black men. While I've never been a Black man before, I know who to choose for, what to look for in choosing a mate. How I want to, raise my sons if I have them. I have these wonderful role models for how men should be, and I'm definitely grateful for that. And again, they're dismantling the narrative that Black fathers aren't present.
And I think that that's very important for us as a culture to see and as a world to see. We know that there are situations where the father isn't in the house, but we still come together as a community. Like you said, you can have one father, but you still have these people that play an instrumental role, brothers and cousins and uncles and pastors and grandfathers that, show you that we'll step in. And I think that's something that America needs to know. We are uncovered. You know what I mean? There are great Black men out there that will cover us, and we say Happy Father's Day to them.
Exactly. Happy Father's Day to all those fathers, uncles, cousins, grandfathers, fathers of the block, fathers in the communities. We see you and we thank you. Also, feel free to call in, join the conversation now at 312-738-1439. 1060. We are here for another 15 minutes and we'll love to hear from you. All right. Another celebration that's happening within a week is Juneteenth.
Yes.
Juneteenth. Now, I was just telling Brittany off cam that I had no idea what a Juneteenth was. Why should I be celebrating until like my 20s, my early 20s?
Same.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Juneteenth, for those who do not know, is celebrated on June 19th. It is our Independence Day. So let's do the math, okay? Let's talk some history. If you think about the 4th of July, the 4th of July is to commemorate the independence of America, which happened July 4th, 1776. Okay? 1776. Now, mind you, slavery ended 1865. So America is an independent country in 1776. But slavery ended in 1865, almost 90 years later. So think about it. Is the 4th of July really for people in America who are African Americans? Who come from these African slaves who were still enslaved on July 4th, 1776? I don't celebrate the 4th of July. I call it National Black Cookout Day. Because that's what we do. We have cookouts. We do fireworks. We probably shouldn't do fireworks. We do fireworks, right? And that's great. That's amazing. I'm not saying that you should be anti-America because America is my home. This is where I was born. This is the country I know most, right? This is still my home. But when I do the math, when I learn more about my history, I just feel like the 4th of July is not for me personally. Because people who look like me on July 4th, 1776 were still in bondage. And America was okay with that. That's just speaking facts. So, June 19th, 1865 was when the last slave in America was freed. Now, freedom may look like different things, but we'll just say kept in bondage legally. Slavery became illegal on Juneteenth, 1865. So that's what we're celebrating. We're celebrating that type of freedom. Now, when I use my quotes, there are other types of freedom, other types of oppressions that still exist today. But we know that slavery, in that standpoint, is now illegal. And that's what we are celebrating. So, happy Juneteenth, if you didn't know about it.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. Okay? Do something real black on June 19th.
Real black.
Super
like
black.
Blackety black. Get a shirt like this.
Get a shirt.
Listen,
Put
I'm
a
black.
hair wrap on.
Every day.
Girl, do something.
All of it.
Okay? So, me and my girls, we're going to go to Seoul. We're going to Seoul. I think that's how you pronounce it. Seoul. It's like Seoul with the E. In Westtown on June 19th. Because it's a black-owned restaurant. I heard it's got real good soul food. So we're going to have like dinner there and just like look real black like this and just love and talk about our people and how great they are. Cool? That's what we're doing. What you plan on doing, girl?
I mean, I might as well just come and be black with y'all.
I mean, we do this every day. We celebrate every day. And also, if you're looking for something to do, there are a lot of Juneteenth celebrations. So let's talk about them. So, again, Juneteenth may not be a national holiday yet, but Chicago will be celebrating. We're going to celebrate the 154 years since slavery was abolished in the United States. There are a lot of events happening and that you should know about. Tomorrow, the 7th annual Juneteenth celebration will be at the National A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum. The Black Mall hosts its annual celebration, which includes live performances, a children's village, and a parade. The parade kicks off at 10 a.m. tomorrow at 817 East 104th Street. For more information call 773-357-6154. The Monty and Buffy Juneteenth Celebration. Hosted by the Monty Dance Theater of Chicago, the day's festivities will include face painting, speakers, dancers, stilt walkers, music and refreshments from 2 to 5 Saturday as well. The address is 1809 East 71st Street. For more information, contact Delilah Tyler at 773-241-6080. The Juneteenth Celebrations 1619 production preview at Kennedy King College is also tomorrow from 7 to 9 p.m. They'll have an additional celebration this Wednesday at Bronzeville Community Clubhouse, 3847 South Giles Avenue. I may be going to this. The Chicago Juneteenth Turn-Up, hosted by the Black Renaissance Project, is an initiative led by Black artists and activists in the city. This event will be held on Juneteenth at Pritzker Park, 344 South State Street, from noon to 3 p.m. So there's all sides of the city. We got the south side, we have downtown, and we're going to get to the west side too. We're not leaving y'all out. Juneteenth at the Chicago Urban Art Retreat Center. Attendees will be there for a veggie garden and a chance to win some cash prizes. That's this Juneteenth, so Wednesday, June 19th at 1952 South Tribal. For more information, contact urbanretreat.com. Again, there are a lot of celebrations. I'm going to shout out just a few more, but take a look. Here, we got some Westsiders right here. All right. Celebrating Juneteenth at First Church of the Brethren, Chicago. It's going to be Juneteenth from 5 to 8 p.m. at 425 South Central Park. Another Westside celebration will be Saturday. So if you can't actually celebrate on Juneteenth, there's some weekend celebrations as well. So the Westside Juneteenth celebration will be held at 3450 West Lake, from 2 to 5 p.m. 2 to 5. So we have events this weekend on Juneteenth, as well as some on the weekends, the one that's following. Okay? So you have been informed, you know what Juneteenth is, and there are some opportunities to celebrate. But even if you can't make these events, just be grateful that we have this event to celebrate and can actually celebrate our independence on a day. Okay? If you didn't notice, we have another guest to join us.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So, and we're just inspired just to celebrate great things happening in our community. So, you have an event.
Yes, ma'am.
Later on this month about Black entrepreneurship. So can you tell us more about that? And I'll put up a flyer as well.
Okay. It's the Black Entrepreneur Fest, which is June 29th at the House of Hope. It's from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'm asking that all Black entrepreneurs come together in partnership with each other and showcase their business. It's open to the public for free. The vendors will shop from 9:30 to 10:30 amongst themselves, and then the event will stop promptly at 11. The theme of the event is to show how the black dollar can circulate more than 6 hours in our community. The event is for 9 hours, but the entrepreneurs and the motivational speakers and the workshop people will be there networking amongst themselves for 1 hour prior to the event. So that will make the black dollar circulate for 10 hours in the community for that day.
Beautiful. We have to support Black businesses.
Yes.
It could be small, booming. Well, actually, small businesses will remain small businesses until they are supported or they become out of business. So we want to make sure that we continue to have the black dollar circulating. So it's definitely important in order to revitalize our communities. Right?
Yes.
Right. And who's going to support us but us, right?
That's correct.
We got to be each other's backbone. All right. So thank you, ladies, for joining us.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm just so excited about all these great things that are happening. Again, we have a lot to celebrate. Celebrate ourselves, celebrate those black fathers in your life, and celebrate the freedom on Juneteenth. This has been another episode of Poetic Just Us. I'm your host, Tara Levy, and have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.